On March 4, 1947, France and the United Kingdom signed the Treaty of Dunkirk, a pact of alliance and mutual assistance against potential attacks from Germany or the Soviet Union. This was in the wake of World War II and the dawn of the Cold War. A year later, in March 1948, the alliance expanded to include the Benelux countries through the Treaty of Brussels, forming the Western Union. Concurrently, discussions began in the United States for a broader military alliance under the Truman Doctrine, aimed at countering communist aggression exemplified by the February 1948 coup in Czechoslovakia. These discussions culminated in the North Atlantic Treaty, signed on April 4, 1949, by the Western Union members, the United States, Canada, Portugal, Italy, Norway, Denmark, and Iceland. Canadian diplomat Lester B. Pearson played a crucial role in drafting this treaty. The North Atlantic Treaty was largely dormant until the Korean War spurred the establishment of NATO with an integrated military structure, including the formation of Supreme Headquarters Allied Powers Europe, SHAPE, in 1951. This adopted many Western Union military structures, standardizing equipment and stationing foreign forces in Europe. In 1952, NATO established the post of Secretary General and conducted its first major maritime exercises, while Greece and Turkey joined the organization. West Germany's rearmament and NATO membership in 1955 led to the creation of the Soviet-dominated Warsaw Pact, marking Cold War divisions. The Berlin Wall's construction in 1961 heightened Cold War tensions, with 400,000 U.S. troops in Europe. Doubts about NATO's defense credibility led to France's independent nuclear deterrent and its 1966 withdrawal from NATO's military structure. Spain joined NATO in 1982. The 1989 European revolutions prompted a strategic reevaluation of NATO. East Germany joined NATO in 1990, and the Treaty on Conventional Armed Forces in Europe was signed, leading to military reductions and a decline in European military spending after the Soviet Union's dissolution. In the 1990s, NATO expanded its role into political and humanitarian areas previously outside its scope. During the breakup of Yugoslavia, NATO conducted its first military interventions in Bosnia from 1992 to 1995 and later in Yugoslavia in 1999. Politically, NATO aimed to improve relations with newly independent Central and Eastern European states. Diplomatic forums for regional cooperation were established, including the Partnership for Peace and the Mediterranean Dialogue in 1994, the Euro-Atlantic Partnership Council in 1997, and the NATO-Russia Permanent Joint Council in 1998. At the 1999 Washington Summit, Hungary, Poland, and the Czech Republic joined NATO, and new membership guidelines were introduced through individualized membership action plans, paving the way for future expansions. In the 21st century, NATO has faced numerous challenges and transformations. Article 5 of the North Atlantic Treaty was invoked for the first time after the September 11 attacks, leading to NATO's involvement in Afghanistan. The election of French President Nicolas Sarkozy in 2007 marked France's return to full NATO membership in 2009. The 2014 annexation of Crimea by Russia led to strong condemnation and the invocation of Article 4. At the 2014 Wales Summit, NATO members committed to spending at least 2% of their GDP on defense by 2024. The 2016 Warsaw Summit saw the creation of NATO enhanced forward presence in Eastern Europe. The 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine prompted NATO to reinforce its eastern flank and activate the NATO Response Force for the first time. By June 2022, NATO had deployed 40,000 troops along its eastern flank, with significant contributions from Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, Slovakia, and Poland. These efforts underscore NATO's ongoing commitment to collective defense and deterrence in a rapidly changing global landscape.